HobbyKing.com. My name's Warwick, and we've got the Arkbird antenna tracker. Now, the Arkbird antenna tracker is a pretty technical piece of gear, but it's a must if you want to go long range. Now, let's have a close look. So, the antenna tracker consists of a main body, which has your electronics housed inside for doing the antenna tracking, and then you have your airborne module, which is here, which includes your GPS, and we are including the GPS in this package with the airborne module because we know that it's a must to have the GPS to get this thing to work properly. So we include this in the box. So airborne module with the GPS and the antenna tracker. So it gives you a full 360 degrees so that you can go your full 360 degree swing when you're trying to do your antenna tracking. Now, it's meant to be facing this way. So this is your front, and your antenna will be mounted on here, and there's an SMA hole that you can mount your SMA plug through, or you can just leave it and mount your receiver directly to the front. Now, if you're mounting your receiver directly to the front, we're suggesting that you use a helical or a patch antenna to give you a really nice tight beam, which helps you to get longer range because you're focusing your point of reception directly at your aircraft. Now, let's have a look at the setup. So, this is your airborne module here. So on your airborne module, what you do is you just plug your GPS in here, which comes in the box, and then you just splice it into your wiring of your video transmitter. Now, you've got your video, power and ground. It's a 12 volt module, and it can take up to a 4S. So you put your 12 volts into one side, and then you've got your video out to your video transmitter, and then on the other side you've got a camera coming in. Now it'll give you your OSD and everything as it processes it through, and it'll also drop all the data into the video signal that the antenna tracker can process on its way through. So that's your airborne module and your wiring that goes with it. And then now on the antenna tracker side, you've got your 12 volt power in down here on the base and your video out from here. Now your video, let's just spin this around here. So you've got your video and audio in from your video transmitter. So you've got your video and your audio in from your video receiver, and you've got your power with an adapter if you're using a different size video receiver. One of the very important things if you're using this antenna tracker is make sure you calibrate it before you go out and use it. And do a test fly on a short range, because if you're noticing that it's a little bit out, slightly following the aircraft or slightly in front of the aircraft when you're using it, then you know you need to do your recalibration and then make the slight adjustment so that it's following it directly. The antenna should always be pointed directly at the aircraft. There's your mounting plate with your servo and your antenna connections. And we'll just keep spinning it all the way around here, and you've got 3 LEDs which give you your status, and they'll tell you at any one time. You can have a glance down and see whether you've got a GPS lock on your module, and to make sure that you've got a good RSSI signal and you've got enough power and it's following and so forth. So you've also got on the base here, not only do you have the suction cups, but you've also got a small hole that you can poke your tripod mount through if you need to. Now there is one extra thing that's in this box. Now you'll notice that there's a little plastic bag here, and in it you've got a USB programmer, so that if any updates or firmware comes available, you can plug this in and you can reprogram your module with the latest firmware. So we've included that in the box as well for you. Now you'll find this if you type in Arkbird or antenna tracker into the right hand corner of the website, and I'll bring up the Arkbird antenna tracker. So this is a great unit if you want to go long range FPV. And don't forget, you're going to need a long range antenna like a helical or a patch antenna. The more turns the better, because it's going to give you a tighter cone. And if you want to mount your receiver on the front here, you won't need an SMA adapter. But if you want to mount your receiver on the top here, your cabling in there, and then your SMA out with your antenna mounted straight on the front, you will need an SMA extension lead. So have a look and grab an SMA extension lead to be able to extend your antenna. So have a look at the website. In the top right hand corner, just about here, you'll find a search bar, and you just type in Arkbird and it'll come up with the Arkbird antenna tracker. Click on that, and that's where you'll find this product. So don't forget, the GPS module comes with this. You don't need to buy this extra when you're buying it from us, and this unit is a complete unit ready to go. Just splice it into your VTX and then put your receiver on here with your antenna. Now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.